So we just arrived here in Tarpon Springs, Florida at Kaku Kayak's headquarters. Let's go check it out. So I'm here with the owner and CEO of Kaku Kayaks, Kevin Hawkins. He's going to tell us a little bit more about Kaku, what they do, what they offer.
Hey guys, thanks for watching this video here about Kaku. So I started the company roughly around 11 years ago. Just started designing kayaks that were a little bit more to my style of fishing, which is a lot more sight casting, and it's just kind of evolved over that. Designed the first boat, which was the Kahuna, and it's gone on from that to our main craft, which is the Voodoo and the Zulu today, which they're designed with a higher chair so that you can sit down on the backrest, you can sit here, or you can stand on it, and you can get higher and see more into the water, whether that be for fishing, or if you're going down the springs, you want to be able to see the manatees better. Getting up higher helps a lot of things, being able to see down in the water. So that's what we do. We're right here based in Tarpon Springs, Florida. This is my hometown. I grew up here. I've been around the water all my life, and so our craft are definitely unique. They look unique, they perform unique, and people can come right here to our warehouse in Tarpon Springs and take a look or pick up their orders. We got a waterfront spot a mile down the road where people can come and try the boats out before they buy. So you're welcome to pay us a visit anytime.
All right. And why am I here? I am actually picking up a Kaku to bring home to test out, review, show off, adventure with. We're going to have lots of fun on it. We'll take you guys on the ride, but I just wanted to point out the big thing about what he just said, where you can come on down, you can try it. There's not a lot of companies that do that put their money where their mouth is, let you get on the board, experience the product before you buy it. That's a great thing about Kaku. They're so confident in you're going to like this product that they're willing to take that gamble with you. So I think that's a really awesome thing. Now we're going to check out the boards a little closer. So this is the Voodoo right here, right?
Yeah, this is the Voodoo.
So tell me, what's the main difference between the Voodoo here and that's the
Zulu.
Zulu, I'm sorry, yeah, Zulu. So obviously I see a pedal drive in the Zulu, but the deck is a little recessed in, whereas the Voodoo is a very flat, open style deck. So I know I very much prefer a open style platform than some of the traditional kayaks that are very closed, cockpitted, cramped. Just for me, I'm a bigger guy. I find this style just more comfortable. What do you think of the other main benefits?
Well, so the two craft are similar in the fact that they're 35 inches wide. They're both extremely stable. On paper, the Voodoo would be a little bit more stable because it does have a little bit more wetted surface to it, but it's pretty hard to tell when you're on the two of them. So then it really comes down to, do you like a flat deck or do you like a recessed deck? You lose some deck space when you go with the recess, so you'll notice that the Voodoo still has the 35 inches wide of full deck space. It's also, without having the recess, this is nice for going to the springs and going snorkeling because it's easy to slide off of this and slide back on. So there's a lot of benefits to this that I like. I like it. I like having the huge deck to play with, especially if I take my dog with me, different things like that. The Zulu would have the benefit of the recessed deck of, that things are a little bit more secure inside that recessed area.
That is true. Yeah, you don't have to worry about rolling off.
Right. The Voodoo is a little bit more simple, right? So it is set up as for the fishing people. You can lay a rod in here so you're ready to go to switch between paddle and fishing. You can still motorize this. The Zulu just has some more options where it can do the pedal drive. It can do the motor up front. So it's a little bit more options available for that. This is just a little bit more simple. This one is made for more of the backwater and smooth water, so it's super silent and stealthy when you're cruising around in the water. The Zulu is a little bit more open water with its aggressive bow, so it can cut through rougher water. But other than that, they're similar in a lot of ways as well.
All right, and I know I power everything, and on both craft, we have a lot of mounting options in the back.
Right.
So this is the 4-hole power pole.
Right, that's a
pattern,
micro
correct?
power pole pattern bolt. So I put 5 of them on here. One of the big problems that would happen with the power pole mount is it was usually right here in the center, and then you could also have a rudder here, but then it would be one or the other. By mounting a couple of these, now you could have a rudder back here and you could have a power pole still at the back. So you could have both. You can also have a motor, which would attach here, and then a power pole. Or if you wanted to go dual power poles, you could go here. Now you may have seen some dual power pole models out there, but they're not situated right. You got to have enough distance between the 2 power poles for them to work right. Also, moving them a little bit forward makes it so it really locks you from being able to spin. So with this system here, you just got so many options. I mean, you can do a motor and dual power poles. You can do a single power pole with the motor, so it just gives you a lot of different options. Plus, this gives you some nice strong areas to mount other things if you choose.
Awesome. And then, again, the Voodoo, the Zulu. And so patterns are very similar. All those options are the same between the 2 models. Now the Zulu has a rudder system that the Voodoo doesn't because of the pedal drive. Right. So obviously with the propulsion of the pedal drive, and then the rudder helps to steer. So that's why the Voodoo does not have that system already attached.
Right.
And then both units have storage.
Yep.
For the front and the rear.
Right.
And this is they're pretty sizable hatches too, so you could definitely fit in some batteries if you're running these electronics, whether they be power poles hooked up to the power line instead of its battery pack, or different motor systems that require a battery. So I
yeah,
could
your
definitely see
smaller
that.
batteries can fit in here. I think up to like a 60 amp hour. When it gets bigger than that, which most people want now, so I use an 80 amp hour. I just throw it under my chair.
Yeah.
Makes it a little bit easier for on and off, and then I still got this storage back here.
Awesome. So that's just a brief review of the 2 models, the Voodoo, the Zulu, here at Kaku Kayaks. We're going to go ahead and take home this Voodoo today. We're going to be showing it a lot on the channel, taking it on adventures. I'm sure it's going to perform well. I've heard nothing but great things about it. It's actually going to be my first time getting on a Kaku kayak, but I know lots of people that's had them, love them, especially the chair. The chair is very, very unique in the industry, I think. It's a multi-position chair. So you can stand on it, you can sit on it, of course, stand on it, and then even this is a seated position where you put your bum here, your feet dangle down, just to get even more of an elevated view for sight fishing. I believe that's why you invented it.
Yep, that's right.
Was,
Yeah, I wanted a multi-position seat that you didn't have to adjust the seat. It's pretty hard to adjust a seat when you're out there on the water. So I wanted a nice strong seat that you could adjust your position without having to change anything on the chair.
And with these tracks that are on both models, the seat's not in a fixed spot. So you can slide it forward or backwards depending for size, load, weight, distribution.
Right, exactly.
Awesome. And then we have scuppers here for any splash and drainage. Now I did, cheat a little bit, and I saw you explain that your working loads, you took a different approach on your load capacities than the industry.
Right.
The industry loads pretty much is at failure, and you went up to performance.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, to me, capacity should be rated at the point that it's starting to lose performance, or the performance starting to get unsafe, not at the point that the craft is underwater. So so my capacities are real capacities. You can get to that capacity weight and still be good and still be able to perform the paddle craft.
And they're still high capacities.
Yeah.
The capacity for the Voodoo is
475.
475. And for a bigger guy like myself, that is great, because I've been in other kayaks that claimed, 350, 370, and no, they were already darn near underwater with just my butt on there, and then I had cooler and gear and a motor and a battery, and it was sinking. So I learned, much like you said, like those weights are not real. Right. I learned that a long time ago, and that's when I heard your in a past interview and how you explained it. I'm like, that is how it should be, because that's how me as the user is going to see it. So again, super excited. Can't wait to get on the water with this. in the coming days, and I'll take you with me.
So this is our Kaku Carbon XL paddle. It's a unique paddle out there. It's got a carbon shaft. It's got a fiberglass reinforced nylon blade. It's adjustable from 250 to 275. Our seat does sit up high, so you do need a longer paddle. So this is a little longer than most of them out there. At its shortest length, it's 255, which isn't super long, but once you extend it out, it will extend out to 275, which is a nice length for sitting on that chair, and you can still sit down on the backrest and be able to reach the water with it and paddle around. So this is a nice option. It's only 150 bucks for a carbon shaft paddle, so it goes nice with our kayaks.
So what's going to happen when you order your Kaku kayak is obviously the guys get it together, they finish installing and get it shipped right out to you. But you can come here, see the facility, pick out your color, see how your color actually looks in front of you, and pick it out, and they'll get it ready for you. And Kevin's going to talk a little bit about the in-house experience that Kaku can offer you.
Yeah, well, if you are interested in any of the crafts, you can always call us or email us, and you can book a time to come down. We can take you to the water. I got a waterfront facility down here. We can put it in the water. You can try it. You can decide if it's the right craft for you, and then you can come back here to the warehouse, pick out the color you want. It generally takes us about an hour or so, so you can go down here to the sponge docks, have lunch down there with some great Greek food or whatever you want, some seafood, and then come back and pick up the boat. So it's a real nice experience. I like to spend one-on-one time with my customers, so I like it when customers get with me and just get a time. That way I can spend all the time with you. We do have events from time to time, or demo days, and those are nice as well, but that time I usually have a lot of people that I'm dealing with. So if you ever want to come demo one, just contact me. We'll set up a time, and I can spend one-on-one time with you and make sure we get the right craft for you.
All right. Can't beat that kind of customer service there. I know the next time they have one of those demo days, or one of these get-togethers, I'm going to try to come if I'm available, if they invite me, and share my experience with other customers, because I think I'll be using this a lot and really showcasing how Kaku kayak is really heads and shoulders above a lot of other options on the market today.
And again, with these accessory rails, you can mount all the different types of accessories, your fish finders, your rod holders, anything you need. And then go into the chair. Obviously, with the tubular metal design, they have their own accessories, things like little baskets to help you hold some of your gear, your water bottles, your whatnot. But I'm already looking at these tubular frames being great for mounting things like action cameras, GoPros, things like that with those pole mounts. Again, you can use the tracks for that, but if I can get a little high angle for some better shots, that's what the creator in me is already looking at. Now in the Voodoo, you have this very large oval shaped hatch for storage. You can get a small cooler in there, certainly life jackets, anything else you need, and with the 4 locking points to ensure your watertight fit, that's a nice touch right there.